What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Other Side of the Firewall, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And LeVon Maynard.
What up?
What is going on? So this is the weekender. This is the rundown where we talk about everything but cybersecurity. So if you came here looking for cybersecurity, please listen to the other 4 episodes, maybe 5, that came out this week. But if you just want to hear about us talk about video games and movies and animes and not studying for our CISP tests, you see the thumbs up from Shannon.
You called it.
You came to the right episode. And I finally knocked the dust off my voice by this time. So for all of you out there who are newly listening, we are in 3 different time zones. I'm in the furthest. I'm like 7 hours in the future. So I wake up early for this and they stay up late for this. So God bless these people. Because we're all tired for different reasons. But definitely stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, hit the bells. Definitely check us out throughout the week. We try to keep you entertained. We definitely try to give you some good information, and we, just try to make you excited about this profession that we all love, and highlight people who look like us, because we only make up like 7% of IT and cybersecurity, and I wanted to make it 70. So we want to definitely keep recruiting people and keep it moving along, because cybersecurity has a long tail. We've been doing it for a combination of what, like 80 years combined, 80, 90 years of cybersecurity and IT over here, even though we all look young because black don't crack. But I said a lot to ask you guys, how was your week? What have you been doing?
Yeah, my week was pretty good. I was like, I've been gaming quite a bit lately. I've been into playing a lot of the Xbox Game Pass. I played quite a few games on there. They had some sort of beta trial for I think it's called Back 4 Blood. It's a sequel to Left 4 Blood. Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead. Back 4 Blood. But they put a 4 in it, 4 in each one. But it was pretty fun. It's a pretty cool game, just to run around kind of killing zombies with your other teammates. But I played some of that. I played some Hades, played some Ascent, played some Yakuza, and then today the wife and I played some Final Fantasy VII on the PS5. Okay. Finally dusted that bad boy off a little bit, and played some games on there. So that was pretty cool. And then I watched a bunch of stuff. Watched quite a bit of some content. I was actually watching some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. today. This first time I really haven't watched the series, but I heard it's pretty good. So we just watched the first couple episodes, and it's pretty.
Is it still
fun.
On?
No, I think it's over. Yeah, I think it's over. But they had 7 seasons, and I'm on season 1, episode 3 or something. But it's pretty entertaining so far. They got some pretty good actors, and it kind of reminds me of maybe a Flash or a Supergirl kind of thing. It's kind of more playful, I guess, not too serious. Some of the action scenes, things like that. You don't really see anybody get killed per se, at least not too violently. But
keep watching.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure some stuff happens. Yeah, that's been me so far. I've just been kind of chilling out, me and the wife hanging out, mostly staying indoors, not doing too much craziness. I know COVID's going crazy right now. Delta strains out there. People acting crazy. They don't want to put on no mask or nothing. But that's a subject for another episode. But how about you guys? How about you, Shannon? What you been up to?
So I'm gonna lead off with the big one, right? So PS5 in the house.
Oh yeah,
you got a PS5.
Look
out!
And I'll tell you like this: my wife actually got it for me for our wedding anniversary, right?
Oh
yeah. So yeah. I did not even notice it. She had it sitting down here in the basement, and I came down. I was doing a workout, and I was going to get on the treadmill. And my daughter actually came down and was like, I guess this is for me, because I was setting everything up. I looked over and there was a PS5 there. I was like, oh, I was like, that's cool. Some games, extra controller and whatnot. I was like, okay. And like the thing is, like, my PlayStation was pretty much just my media center. I did my streaming services on it and whatnot. And I set all those up too. But like the only thing I've played on it, which I've already played on PS4, was God of War. But the way it looks on the PS5 is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yo,
Oh,
this is crazy, man. I anticipated maybe doing an hour or so just to see what it looked like or whatnot. I think I'm probably like 70% through the campaign now. Yeah, it looks amazing, man. I'm like, wow, okay, this is on point. But yeah,
Had you actually had you beaten it before? Or you playing it
yes,
for the first
I've already
time?
beat it. No, I've already beat it.
And you're still going like right back to it.
That's why I was like, I'd only do an hour. I've already seen
Right.
all of this, right? But like as I go
Right.
through, I'm like, man, them chains look a lot better on this PS4. You know what I mean? Them blades of chaos is off the chain.
Right.
Not literally, because at the end of chains, right? Not literally.
Right.
They're actually on the chain. Like
They on the chain. They on the chain. Yeah. But yeah, man, the PS5 is legit, man. It's
Nice.
real deal. But I'll tell you a series I'm hooked on now. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Have you seen the Marvel What If on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
What If?
So I haven't seen the Star-Lord one. I saw the first episode. Yeah, I only seen the first one so far.
Star Wars, that one's even better.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I heard this. I heard that's where it really takes off. And you like, oh, okay.
I liked the first one though. I don't.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah.
You know, the internet. They hate women leads. I said the internet.
Yeah.
That's what it always feels like. Every time there's a woman lead or something, like, it was okay. Like, this was good.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, but
she was cracking skulls.
Yeah.
But
the
ain't messing around.
Yeah,
second one. Yeah, I heard the second one was really good. Okay.
Yeah, second one's legit. I like, obviously we know that it has
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick's voiced his Black Panther character, even though he's not Black Panther in this one, but it's really good. I think they did a great job. I think it's a little bit more comedic. It reminds me a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of like kind of a energy, I guess.
Because that's what they're keeping to, like, right? You know what I mean? So it's T'Challa as Star-Lord. I'm not giving anything away by saying that. I mean, if you just look at the title.
Yeah, it's in the preview. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, T'Challa as Star-Lord, and the way that it happens, it just kind of, it's comedic, like right off the bat, because it's like, how did you go to Wakanda to get this kid instead of going to Kansas or whatever you picked up?
Right.
Like whatever, wherever it was, he was in America. It's like, how did you pull that off? And, and for the most part, almost every voice in there is the original actor. I think the only one that wasn't was Quill, was a different guy, and there was one more. It was Drax. Drax was not Dave Bautista when he showed up in there.
Oh, okay.
Like when I was looking at the credits, I was like, dang, that is everybody that is really everybody in there. And even from the first one, like all those voices are actors from the Marvel movies. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, even the side characters, like the two dudes who were always in the World War II. Even those guys, they picked them back up. I was surprised. I was like, wow, like you got that Disney budget. You just do whatever you want. Well, yeah, I want this dude to come back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
What's up?
It's a good series, man. So I watched that. I had mentioned it previously. I watched this How to Become a Dictator. It was one of these documentaries I watched that was kind of fascinating. Some of the stuff I already knew, but they go into some things about dictators from the past and how they came into power, what they had to do to keep power, you know what I mean? Things like that. I was like, oh, that was an interesting watch. I think it was like 6 episodes, like 30 minutes.
Is that on Hulu?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Netflix. Right. Yeah. I didn't get to catch up with Castlevania. That's what I'll keep trying to get through it, but I didn't get to do that. But that's kind of, well, Hulu. I always watch my ridiculousness. I try to get a couple of those. I'm still watching My Wife and Kids. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I kind of get addicted to that ridiculousness. You can turn on the TV. I gets kind of, the channel gets stuck on ridiculousness. It's like it rolls right into the next episode. By the time you realize that you already watched like 5 hours worth of like ridiculousness, it's like, damn, it's been all day.
Yeah, and that's crazy to me because like I don't watch the show. I have in the past, but I don't watch the show because I don't have cable. But it's a show with social media clips. Well, I watch social media all day. So it's crazy how TV's just mirroring social media. It's just like, well, when we need to generate content because they're already generating content, we'll just put the content on TV in loop. It's like,
Right.
I don't get it. Like human beings are crazy. But I do watch a lot of like TikTok. You'll get like it's a struggle. Like you'll lose 30 minutes in TikTok. It's like remember old boy when we worked in Virginia, who would be on Imager before I knew what Imager was. I can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about, right? And he would just be on Imager for like 3 hours.
Do you want to say his name or no?
No.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if you want it out there. You might
No.
you might have grown up and done something different. But I'm like, what are you doing? And this is when the internet was like still becoming the internet. You know what I mean? Like this dude would be on Imager for like 3 hours. It's not scrolling, it's not moving. It's like memes before they were funny.
Right.
Like crazy to me. But so I've been consuming a lot of stuff. So I've been back here doing work for about a week. I have not been playing Xbox because I'm gonna go grab it in a second. But I grabbed the Series S, the old school from home, and the controller I brought back with me was severely broken. I was like, I'll just take the spare controller. It was the one that I originally had, right? So it's the one when I bought the system. From a coworker, he gave me a controller. It was like it's like black and red or whatever. So when I saw it, I grabbed that one. And I grabbed the Xbox, I put it in the suitcase. That thing, when I show it to you, you'll be like, how did you even pack that? So I can't play any games on the Xbox. So I ordered a controller, but everything out here takes forever. So they wouldn't ship it to an APO. So I had to ship it to home. And then my wife is going to package it with Cyberpunk that you put me on, LeVon, for $10. I got Cyberpunk the Xbox version. She's going to pack those together and then ship it to me. It was going to take like 2 weeks.
Damn.
So I ain't gonna play on the Xbox for like a month. So
that's crazy. So let me make sure I understand, because you said Series S, but did you mean this Xbox One S? Is that the one you have?
Yes, the One S. Yes.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I heard too. I was like,
yeah.
No,
I grabbed.
I know it's confusing though. It's like, yeah.
Well, I didn't take the new controllers. So he had one S controller that was white, and then he had the new Series S
controller.
Series S. Yeah, he had the new one. I didn't want to take that one either, so I was like, I'll take the first one. Yeah, it's crazy. When you see it, you're like, why'd you take that?
But you probably think you grabbed it like that, but that's not to say that it didn't get done like that in transport though.
It's no way. It's no way.
I don't know, man. If you ever on a plane and you look down and see how they throw that baggage, that luggage underneath that plane, like,
no regard.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah. I don't care. You could write fragile. You could put fragile stickers all over your joint, but like, hey, that's fragile. You know what I mean? And
right.
It makes them kick in more.
Yeah,
right. Right.
Yeah, they don't care. I'm union.
But I did grab the PS4 as well, and 2 controllers. All that stuff made it, luckily. So yeah, all my stuff made it over here. I've been playing with that. So before I left home, I made sure I beat Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. So I beat the DLC. Great, I loved it. I think it was like 9 hours of content. It took me like 9 hours to get through it.
And that's the one with Nero. That was the one that had Nero.
Yes, that was the one where I was getting my butt kicked by the final boss, and I didn't know he was the final boss. So I was frustrated because I thought I was getting beat by this mid-tier boss. And then when I beat him, then it was just like an hour of video. It was good. Like they gave you a little bit more information about what was going on, and then they expounded on the ending a little bit. I was like, okay, it was worth it. It was worth $14, I think it cost for the DLC. Nice. So I definitely enjoyed that. But that was the only thing I beat while I was home. I also played Ratchet and Clank. I might have made it through like a third, maybe. But it's a big game. So it looked beautiful though. So I downloaded a digital version. So in the future, if I get a PS5, which fingers crossed, I'm in the raffle, $5.
Get your second PS5 though.
Yeah, I can just import it over here and then just start playing it.
Right. You need
But
something out there, especially
So
you're
I'm,
going to be out there for a minute.
so I'm
yeah,
curious, right? So like when your time is done, are you going to take it home with you, or are you just going to sell it there and just?
no, I'm taking this mine. Yeah. Well, so because
But you
like
got one at home. At home.
yeah, yeah. Nah, we need to separate. Like I need them to have their own stuff because it like I had to compete for the not for the PS5. Uh they weren't really playing on that one, but for the Xbox, man, he was getting it on the Xbox. So I got to play a little bit of the Ascent when I was home on the Series S, and I definitely liked it, but I didn't really get deep into it. I let him pretty much play around with that when I was playing Final Fantasy on the PS5. But I like both. I think both consoles are great. Obviously, I was playing it on good TVs when I was back at home, getting that 4K goodness. But I don't have that here. I got like a really crappy 1080p little jam, so I'm not in a hurry to upgrade. Like I don't have the TV to support it. So um, one of
Do
these
you have?
days I'll upgrade.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you have a TV yet that's capable of like the 120 hertz or the HDMI
No,
2.1 yet?
no. So I have a series. I have the TCO 6 series, 75-inch at home, but it doesn't have variable fresh. VRR variable
Hmm.
refresh rate. I don't think they patched it because I kept trying to get it to work. I don't think it works on that
Hmm.
TV. It was the 2019 model, so it may just be the 2020s and above that do it. Because I know their new TVs do it, but I don't think my TV was capable of doing it. So I was playing things just to test out. So I was playing like Ratchet and Clank in the 60 performance mode. I played Final Fantasy 7 in the performance mode, and then I tried to play oh man, what's it called? It's gonna kill me. Overwatch. So Overwatch has the 120 capability, and that's why when I learned when my TV was like, nah, I can't do that. We played at 60, but we can't play at
Yeah.
120. So I was like, oh man. So I
Yeah,
didn't
60
get
is
a
still
chance to
good
check
though.
that part out. Yeah, it was still
Yeah.
faster than when I played it in the past.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
I can get down with this. But at 120, I was like, oh, I kind of want it though. I kind of want to see what that experience is.
Right.
So
No, that's good. Yeah, because the
yeah,
it's kind of night and day. Even like even 60 hertz is much better than the 30, which is like the
yeah,
typical 30 and below was like the original kind of like I don't know console expected like frame rate, which is kind of like going through sand. And I'm sure Shannon probably saw the difference between that when he's playing the God of War. Probably saw a little bit smoother and like wasn't
oh
as like
yeah.
choppy and like you know.
I
But
don't know why I didn't. I should have imported and played it. I missed the opportunity because
yeah,
I had it digitally, so I could have pulled it down and played it. But I tell you this, hard drive space is still premium, even with the Xbox Series S only has half a terabyte. So like we're literally deleting games. I was like, "You playing this?" He's like, "No, I ain't playing that." Was it? So I had to delete like Minecraft in order to put the Ascent and some other games on there to play them and try them out. But
hmm
the PS5, all I did was I put on Final Fantasy, I put on Ratchet and Clank, and I played uh the Playroom was already installed and I was already full. I
oh
was
wow,
like, but what I learned though was that when I pulled down Final Fantasy 7, I pulled down both the PS4 and PS5.
hmm
Like, because
right,
you can tell it which ones I wasn't paying attention. So I pulled down the whole thing. So it was like almost 150, 200 gigs worth of game.
damn, yeah.
I was like, why is this game so big?
Yeah, you're right though. That drive space is premium. I mean, especially like I thought it was kind of funny how on the PS5 they did it with the like the 800
Yeah.
800 gigs. They didn't make it like the full terabyte like they did on Xbox Series X. But even with that, like a certain like maybe 200 gigs is dedicated to the console itself, and then you get like the rest, like whatever, like the 600 it's left
Right.
over. Um, so it's kind of interesting. Like you said, it doesn't take that much to fill it up. But I saw like over the last week, I think they're doing some sort of beta test where they're letting people install, like the SSD drives onto the
Yeah.
PS5s, which is great. And I think people are starting to realize too that like those things are expensive. Like no matter where you get them from, everybody's talking about the
Yeah.
Xbox Series S, Series X, like or either one, S or X. But the memory card that comes with you can buy for it is like $220. But that's pretty
Yeah.
much what they're asking for those things because they're like super fast speed. They're even faster than like the regular like SSDs. So it's kind of like I guess a compromise, I guess. But It's like you said, it's premium. It's you gotta like take out a loan to get you a memory
Yeah,
upgrade on you.
yeah, yeah. There's no lie. Like it is very like everything's more expensive, and I get it because of things
Yeah.
over time. Like I've always been saying games should be more uh than they were charging because I was tired of DLC, right? Like raise the game price so you don't charge me for another game basically to
Right.
play this
Right.
content that should already be on the disc. If it's not already on the disc, I'm just unlocking it.
Right.
But like yeah, I bought Ratchet and Clank. It was like $70. I was like, nah, I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it though. So I'm playing through that and what have
Yeah.
you. And then I was like looking to get another controller for him, and I was like, that's like $70. I think it's like
Yeah.
if you just want the basic white or black, like that's what I bought for myself. 'Cause I bought the new controller because they're backwards compatible. And forwards and backwards compatible. So I was like, well, I might as well just buy the newer controller because I like the tactile feel of it. Like it's just it's more grippy and the D-pad is better. But the basic it cost me 50. But if I wanted to just have a color, it was 60. And if I wanted to customize it was 70. And the PS5 controller is also 70.
Right.
So just the accessories are just expensive as hell.
Yeah.
And the games are now $70, which I'm down for as long as you give me a meaty game. You know what I mean? I'll pay you $70.
Right. It's got to be some content in there.
Right. So get your money's worth. So I brought the Xbox thing. That was gonna be my primary though, because of Game Pass. So I was like, I can't wait to play 12 minutes. Just dropped.
Yeah.
Cannot play it.
Download that one. Yeah.
I have no controller.
Dang. I was gonna try that one out too. I downloaded that on my console, but yeah, you need a controller over there, man.
Yeah, I gotta get you. But my wife's gonna hook me up. She's gonna ship it out to me because Microsoft wouldn't ship it to an APO. They would Pacific or Africa, but not Europe. It's not an option. I'm considered this place is considered Europe, APO wise. So I was like, well, I wonder why. Might have just been a glitch in the system, so I had to ship it home. But Best Buy also would not ship the game to APO. They were like, nah. You want this $40 game for $10? You're gonna ship it somewhere local. So I shipped that home as well. But it's all good. And then when it comes to things I'm watching, I got it in this weekend. So I watched Reminiscence on HBO Max yesterday. I thought it was pretty good. Hugh Jackman did a good job. It had a lot of characters or a lot of actors and actresses from Westworld, and I found out like just by watching a YouTube video, the director was the director of Westworld, so that was the connection. Yeah. So she brought her people with her, basically. All good actors. Like I really enjoyed. It wasn't what I expected, but it was a good movie in my opinion. It's kind of one of those. Not necessarily. Yeah, I would say it's like it's semi-futuristic noir. So if you like detective type movies, like that whole gumshoe type thing, that's what I was coming for, and that's what I got. But then I got some other stuff too. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put that one in my queue.
iRobot type-ish thing, or like no?
No, it's more like Memento type-ish. So it's like, but it's not like because I do like Memento, but I can see people not liking it. So it's not like that. It's not like they're not doing things backwards or anything like that, but it has to do with memory in the mind. So like there's a little twist in there and you're like, oh, okay.
So does it have to do with memory in mind and then claws come out? Like you said, Hugh Jackman.
No claws. He's small. Hugh Jackman got small. He's still big, but he's not Wolverine big. I don't think he was comfortable. He was like, nah, we gotta take that. Some of these muscles have to go. But it still had lots of action. Not so for Shannon. There's a middle where there's not a lot of action happening. A lot of exposition in the middle. I was like, Shannon would be like, I don't like it, but then it picks back up. Back up.
I'm like the horse from Ren and Stimpy. No, sir, I don't like it.
But all in all, I thought it was a good package. And then I was so tired yesterday, but they're playing Free Guy at the theater, and I was like, I think it's like the last week they're gonna be playing it. So I was like, do I want to go? Because I know it's gonna be funny, but it's gonna be funny enough to justify my time. And it was actually pretty funny. Like if if you like the whole meta game like what does a game look like from the inside type situation, I thought it was pretty good. Lots of cameos, lots of Easter eggs. Like I'm gonna watch a YouTube video so I get all the Easter eggs I missed. Some surprise cameos in there. But all in all, I thought it was a really fun movie. Not a I'm gonna take my whole family for $100 type movie. Even though I can see it justified, like being in the theater, like the sound was amazing because there's a lot of like jets and explosions and gunfire, and I don't think it would have resonated as well with me had I just watched it at home than going to the actual theater. But you're not getting it's surface level. You're only getting what you think you're going to get out of this movie, which is fun. But I only paid $6. So I got well more than $6 worth of movie out of this. But yeah, if you got a big family, I don't know if you want to cash in for the free guy.
Yeah. I was thinking about like I used to live in Las Vegas, out here in Cali right now, but I used to go to this movie theater like right down the street. It was a little bit of drive, but it's like it was an AMC. I think it was AMC, but they had like the reclining chairs, and I got so like used to that. Like I can't go to a movie theater. I can't go to a movie theater that doesn't have like reclining chairs, because it's just like so comfortable. You just be able to kick back and like you're pretty much fully relaxed, like you're laying on your couch or something like that. But so now I'm like a little bougie when I go to the movie theater. I can't go to some like regular seat looking like an office chair or something. You can't like really lean back much.
That's the Paragon, right? In Virginia, they call it the Paragon. It was that movie theater, I think, that had the reclining seats.
They did. What I was getting ready to say, do y'all remember Cine Bistro that was in the Peninsula?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cine Bistro.
But I couldn't go anywhere where I couldn't eat my meal right there while I'm watching the movie.
Right.
Like they got one here in the Springs. I can't remember the name of it. Somebody brought it up at work the other day, and I haven't been yet. You know what I mean? But I was like, okay, that'll probably be where I go from here on out, because it took me a while to get used to. Hey, y'all don't serve no chicken strips up in here. Like what's
right?
Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? I need my meal right here as the movie is starting. Like I need that.
Right.
Can't have nothing but that.
Right.
But so Cine Bistro hooked you up though. Like Cine Bistro, if you went early enough, you could bring your kids. It was kid friendly. But if you went later, then you couldn't because of it's supposed to be adult life and alcohol and all that stuff. Here, they don't even let kids in. Like they have, it's not a Cine Bistro, but it's very, very similar. I tried to take my son to it, and they're like, no, you can't go to the upper level because we serve alcohol up there. So no kids. So we had to sit down in the peasant seats, non-recliner seats.
Yeah, the peasant seats.
Like we give you 10 degrees of rock back, you know what I mean?
Right.
Have that.
Like, that's like
your feet will not go up in this stage,
right.
sir.
Yes. Keep your feet on the floor.
Sticky floor.
Yeah. I got so used to those reclining, man. It's like I don't even want to go to another theater that doesn't have it. But I mean, out here we're in Cali, we don't have like this. I'm like in a small city, like close to Monterey, so it's like it's barely anything out here. So it's like there's no like major, like the closest like big movie theaters up in like San Jose or something like that, which is like an hour or so. But it's I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It's just like whatchamacallit. It's kind of a shame I don't have like access to a lot of theaters, but because I've been kind of wanting to see some of the movies in the theater, even though with COVID going on. But I don't even go if it's like, I don't know, if I felt like they were following protocols, stuff like that, being safe with all the COVID going around, stuff like that. But it's
you might be surprised at how empty they are though still. So when I took my son to see Black Widow, we went on opening night, and it was like still space between people. Like him and I sat next to each other, but the people around us were like, there's like man space. You know what I mean? Like the quote unquote man space where you have at least one chair. That was all over theater.
Yeah,
and that was on opening. But also you could watch it at home. So there could have been something that as well. But when I went to go see Free Guy, it was 5 of us, whole theater.
Oh damn!
It was comfortable. super
Yeah,
comfortable.
super comfortable.
So
It's a private
I think
screening right there.
the largest, or I'm sorry, there was 5 of us, and then a group of 4 came in, but they're all together. Like it was like a party of 4. So still less than 10 people in the theater, whole theater.
Mhm. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. It's gonna be like that for a while too.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go grab this controller in a second so you can see it because it's hilarious to me. But
Yeah. See
the
that beat up
TV
controller.
show. So I finally and don't ask me why. I was being dumb when it came out. I'm watching Boondocks for the first time because it's on HBO Max.
Oh
So
dang.
I'm on season 1, episode 5, and this show is hilarious. I've only watched like 2 episodes before now.
Dang.
So I start. Oh man, the show is funny because so it was during a period of time, I think, where I was like, I don't want certain people to see shows with us in it. It's not a good look for us. Yada 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 yada. Even though it's hilarious to me, I don't want you to impart in this hilariousness because you might perceive it wrong. I don't want you to get that from it. So I didn't watch it. But I finally decided to start watching it, and this show is off the chain. So
Right.
I was like, why did I deprive myself of this show? Because it's gonna be shown regardless. People still gonna see it. I should just
Mhm.
watch it in real time. I missed out
Right.
on that whole phase.
But I know what you mean. Like it's one of those things where like that's a little too real, and I cringe a little bit. I'm like,
Right.
that's real.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want certain groups to see that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it'd be like, see, like that's what we're talking about. Be like, no. You took a minor part of the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Because I only saw 3 episodes. So
yeah.
back in the day, I saw A Pimp Named Slickback. I saw that one. I saw the one where MLK, it was alternate reality where MLK woke up from a coma. I saw that one. And I saw the one where the family came from
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yes.
And he took the shovel and bust the roof out. I saw those 3 episodes. I was like, you know what? Nah, man. This is why Chappelle went to Africa. I don't want nobody to watch the show. But I started, man. Listen, I watched 5 episodes in a row last night. I was supposed to be asleep. That's when I messaged you. I was like, what time are we doing the show? I was still watching.
Yeah,
Like,
you
this
up
show
late.
is hilarious.
It really is.
So yeah. So that's my new thing. I forget how many seasons they have, but I heard that they're going to come out with another one. HBO was trying to get them to drop one just for HBO Max.
Same voice
but,
actors, Regina King and all them.
Yep, bring everybody back. But Pops is gone. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they should do it, but it so far is hilarious. I'm just like, this is good. This is good TV. This is why I have HBO Max to watch stuff like this.
It's actually got good animation too. It's just like quality, well drawn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Shane, what you're saying.
No. You're good, man. They'll have an episode that you'll see if you watch through the series. When Riley gets his chain, it's like a minute and a half that is absolutely hilarious. like it might be like the second or third season. Like YouTube Riley gets his chain, and it's like a minute and a half. And even the song with it was who's the rapper? The rapper, I was like, oh man, that's off the chain. Metaphor is the rapper. I don't know if you ever heard Metaphor before.
I've heard the name before, but I can't think of any of stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Well, he's a lot of underground stuff. He ain't got a lot of main, but when you hear him, you're like, oh yeah, Metaphor. Okay. He's good. But yeah, it's like a minute and a half. And like the stuff that goes on, you got to find it on YouTube, man. I might send it to you. It was hilarious to me. I was like, yeah, that's how it would go.
Okay. I want to check it out. Because yeah, it's hilarious. Like the last one I watched was the fight between Pops and Stink Me. Oh man. And that's good animation. Like I was like, but the ending surprised me. I did not see it going that way. Yeah. I was like, what? But yeah, it's hilarious. And then there was something else I was watching. What else was I watching? So now I'm marathoning Boondocks. I started Weathering with You with my kids, the anime we couldn't finish it at home. I thought it was really good. Like the animation wise, it's amazing. Like I forget the name of the director who does that one. He also did Your Name. Like amazing animation. But there was a show I was watching. It must not have been that great. because I cannot remember it. But and then I watched documentary. I was telling Shannon about it. I don't know if I told you, LeVon. Malice at the Palace.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I was aware of what happened, but the documentary brings up some stuff I did not know about. So I was like, this is really good. Like all these sports documentaries, ESPN is putting together, and Netflix is dropping on the app. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched
Yeah.
that this morning when you told me that. I'd already planned on watching it, but like you were like, yeah, I watched it. It was pretty good, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm not a big sports guy. Like I do enjoy I watch and stuff like that, but I don't really keep up with people. You know what I mean? Like I don't watch
That's
college
me.
at
Yeah.
all. I'm just there in the moment. It was just like, oh man, this is amazing. I'm out. I was like,
I'm gonna tell you something. I remembered that because I was in tech school. I had cross trained into the comm career field, and we were on the night shift, and we got off early. It was a Friday, I want to say. We had gotten off early that night, and when I came into my hotel room, I turned the TV on, and it just so happened that game was playing. I was in there maybe 2 minutes before
Hmm.
that broke out.
oh
I was like,
wow. So
oh,
Damn.
you were there. You were there.
yo, I still have my Whataburger. I hadn't even eaten yet, because there was a Whataburger across the street that was 24
Right.
hours. And I was like, oh, I was like, that's wow. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
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 I was like,
Wow.
what would it look like if Spartans like climbed into the rows of the Colosseum?
Right.
And that's what you got. Like, these are not regular human beings. Like, okay, you throwing water bottles? Okay. I'm gonna show you what these hands do.
Yeah.
These hands attached to 7-foot long arms.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the same thing kind of happened with I think in one of like Mike Tyson's fights or something like that. They had like a
You're
like a
you're
big
think you're
or
thinking
somebody
of
else.
no, it was Holyfield and Riddick Bowe is who it was.
Mm,
It was one of
right.
Holyfield and Riddick Bowe's fights.
They
And it
started throwing
was
chairs in the ring and all this kind of stuff.
or no.
You think it was?
Holyfield and Riddick Bowe was Fan Man, the guy that came down on the fan in the parachute. The one you're
Mhm.
thinking about, I think, is Riddick Bowe and Andrew Galata.
Mm.
Andrew Galata, I think, was the guy that kept punching him in the nuts, and then eventually, yeah, it got out of control. I think.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
remember seeing like a bunch of people throwing chairs in the ring, and then like people were like going crazy and like fighting each other, and just like it went like big old chaos.
Yeah, that's happened a
But
few times. In
yeah,
boxing.
yeah, I'm sure it's just happened. People get like people get heated, a lot of emotion.
Yeah, but if you have not seen the documentary, I would suggest, because it gives you a different perspective on how the league was treating the players versus the fans, and then it shows you in real time, like, this is what happened. What do you do if this happens? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
and just the way they investigated, like even I think it was district attorney, right? Like his whole thing was, he was like, there are people being murdered and there are crimes, and they got me doing this. So then he was like, I'm gonna do it then. Okay. So he just has hundreds of cameras and testimonies, and he's just breaking it down. He's like, wow. Like,
Right.
Something I was surprised he said, though, it kind of shocked me that he said, was that he was like, the NBA was tougher on them than we would have been. He was like, again, they're showing like different angles and things like this. He was like, for at the time, his name was Ron Artest, but Meta World Peace, he was like,
right.
he defended himself when that guy came down the court. He was like, they show the guy approaching him, clenched fists, like getting a stance, and he was like, he defended himself. He's like, that is justifiable. You know what I mean? Like, he thought it was coming his way, but he was like, the NBA was a lot harder on them for what we would have been for, simple assaults and things like that. It wasn't even felonious. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, he broke it down in a way that I was like, okay, I didn't expect that, because I did expect there to be that race lean towards it, because I can remember, like, I follow basketball, so I remember when all that was going on, and then there was the dress codes, and then you had certain people you talked to that was like, oh, thug this, thug that, and it's like, so you have nothing to say about the fans that are throwing beer on people? Like, that's not a problem,
right?
And I'm not saying
exactly.
I'm not saying what Ron Artest did was right, and he admitted it. He was like, I was wrong for what I did. There was mental health problems, things of that nature, but like, you just gonna let the fans off scot-free with that? Like, your ticket does not, you buying a ticket doesn't entitle you to throw beers and popcorn in people's faces, right?
Right.
So, yeah. And that wasn't even the entire crux of the documentary. So like, it does delve into it, which I appreciated, but it wasn't like only talking about that. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, here's all the angles. And I really appreciated it. I was like, okay, that makes more sense. Like when old boy called him weird, he was like, I know he's a little off, but
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like I didn't know that. I didn't know until after he changed his name that he was having those issues. Like he had been issues for years. So I was like, okay. And just how like Reggie Miller, like I felt so bad for him in the midst of the documentary. I was like, damn, they set you up. They really did. They set you up with an amazing team, but but yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it looks like a good series, and
I think that's all I consumed this week. It was a lot of material. I did watch a lot of stuff. There's one more thing I just cannot remember it. So again, it must not be that important.
Right. I know I watched a lot of things. I can probably rattle off a whole list of things I watched, but I mean, we covered up some of the good stuff. I think I watched some anime and some other shows, but yeah. And I've been eyeballing that. I think they call like Untold. It's with the name of the series Untold, and I saw they had like a boxing version, some other boxing with a chick. I don't know about that story. I never really heard about the story, but I saw the preview for it. It looked kind of interesting. Like, oh damn, some sort of like murder or something with the boxer. You
didn't know who Christy Martin is?
No, I don't know. I don't know about that story.
So
that was before my time,
Yeah, okay, you're right. You're probably right. You're probably right.
I'm gonna grab that controller while y'all talk. Hold on.
Yeah, grab that controller.
Yeah. I can't say anything about that because you're probably right, man. But like I followed boxing forever. Yeah. It was Christy Martin was who it was, and she really was the first female on a boxing pay-per-view. Like she was on Mike Tyson's undercard for one of his fights. Don King was a promoter. So like when you watch that one, because I did watch that one too, like I read the story, I think it was ESPN or something did a story about that whole incident and whatnot. Like I didn't know all that was going on with her, but I remember when the news came out, like where she had gotten her husband had beat her and shot her and whatnot, but I didn't really delve into it. But it was an ESPN article I read within the last year or so, probably 6 months. I read that. I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't know that was like that. But it was crazy, man. But she was kind of on top of the world. Like when she fought Layla Ali, like it was definitely a mismatch because like they were just different weight classes. You know what I mean?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they weren't even in the same weight class. Like Layla Ali is a big woman. You know what I mean? Like she's a big woman. Like this Christy Martin was, even as good as she was like maybe 5'6". I think she boxed at like 145 or something like that. Like, it was like, it was crazy. But, but what's up with this controller, Ryan? Let me see his controller, man.
What's going on,
man?
there?
So you got your standard controller. So I took it and I put it in the suitcase. Look at this thing. You see them? See the joystick?
Gosh.
Dang. It's looking sad.
How do you even do this to a controller? I asked myself, I was like, how did you do this? Of course, the oldest one blamed the youngest one. He was like, oh, it was Mason. Mason played with him too hard. I was like, but how hard do you have to play to make them? They got no. What's the word I'm looking for? Tension. There's no tension.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I've never seen a controller like that.
Me either.
That thing just drooping like a. I don't know. I don't even want to describe what they look like. Since it's droopy.
You gotta watch the video on this one.
Right.
I don't even know how they did that. So when I put out the suitcase, for whatever reason, they were still sitting upright. And then I put my thumbs on it. I was like,
have you even tried to use it? Does it even work at all?
No. I didn't even try. I should just to see what happens. Like maybe I can get it, force it to do something so I can use apps. But I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it.
I think you're gonna constantly be running backwards if you hook that up. Like,
right.
I don't even know.
Going down.
That's crazy.
You couldn't hear it when you picked it up? Like you didn't hear
it? It was like I must have just did it just perfect. It was just like whoop, put in the suitcase, zip it up. Because I was using theirs when I was doing all the patching, because I was like, when I get home, I'm gonna have really bad internet. Let me patch all the systems. Let me download any games I want to play. So I downloaded the Ascent, Yakuza Zero.
Zero is what you said it was. Yeah.
Yakuza Zero. And something else. I can't remember what else. But I was like, let me get it all in now. So when I get home, I can just play them. Nope.
Damn.
Nope. Some over
Damn, that's
here. I do have the PS4 though, so I downloaded Neo, um, the Borderlands Handsome Jack collection because I've never played through any of them, and something else. I forget what the third one was, but I downloaded all those before I got here. So, oh, that was it. Chris Tale, I think it's an RPG on Game Pass. I downloaded that one too.
mm,
So, but
yeah.
nope.
Dang, that's messed up.
Nope.
They
Can't
did
play
you
none of
wrong.
them. They did do me. They did do me dirty. I was like,
Did
I'm
you
out here
dirty.
buying y'all next generation systems. You could have just threw
Right.
this away. Why would you
Right.
keep it?
Right.
Why would you still have this? And I also grabbed this one because it has the battery pack. So I was like, y'all could deal with the batteries.
Right.
That's
Right.
the least you can
Want
do.
to charge your
yeah, I'm gonna take this one with me.
It might be able to, I don't know. I was gonna say could potentially maybe able to fix it. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting like videos out there. People are like fixing their controllers, or people fixing like their thumbsticks and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've never seen anybody fix a thumbstick like that. I've seen like, what do they call it? Like where like
the drift and all that stuff.
the drift, yeah.
Yeah, because I did that
like
for the Switch. So, and it did work for a little while, but I wound up having to send the sticks back to Nintendo because I had the drift problem with the originals as well. So
yeah,
but
dang, that's pretty bad.
it
looks so funny.
That's life. That's the life I've been living.
Yeah,
over here. But it's all good. Like I'll get it within a few weeks or whatever, and then you play that. I need to start studying for something anyway.
So let me ask you something. So you said the PlayStation controllers are backwards compatible, right? Is Xbox?
No, the Xbox ones are. Yeah, the Xbox ones are the
Xbox.
I think you can use a PS4 controller on PS5, maybe, but you can't use a PS5 controller on PS4.
Yeah, I think they said you can. Oh,
go ahead, LeVon. No, go ahead.
I was gonna just describe it. You can use a PS4 and a PS5 only on like PS4 type games. You can't use it like on a PS5 type game or whatever. It's like it.
Gotcha.
Something to that effect can't work. But yeah, I'm sorry, Shannon. What are you gonna say?
No, you're good. So you're telling me y'all have no accessories out there where you're at?
So yeah. So I went to the store because I was like, oh, they're gonna have some controllers, right? Because I don't even check that section anymore, to be honest with you, because at the time they didn't even have old last gen consoles. All they had was like just accessories. So I was like, I'm just gonna roll into the store and I'm just gonna pick up a controller, either old or new. I don't even care. No controllers, no systems. All they have are headphones and Nintendo accessories. That's it. Everything else, like they have the shelf, they have the rack space for it, empty. Like it's just the way it is here. For whatever reason, they get things at odd intervals. Like remember I told you they had speakers, but no, they had receivers, but no speakers. I can buy a receiver, but I can't buy speakers for it. Or when I left, they had all 24-inch TVs, right? I don't know. Like they had a surplus of 24-inch TVs. That's what I brought with me. So I was like, I don't need that. I'll wait till they have some moderate size screens. No bigger than 55. Because if I'm going to buy one here, I'm going to use it to replace the one in the office when I get back home. I get back, they got all 75s.
Damn.
How you jump from 24s to 75s? The smallest they had they had 165. I was just like, where the 50s at? And then what really hurt my feelings is like, so no controllers for any of the no PlayStation or Xbox controllers. But when you go to the Apple section, they have all the Apple accessories to include the Maxes, so the $550 headsets. I don't need that. I need but you go to like the aisle to buy like a trash can for your bathroom. They ain't got no trash cans. But you got the AirPod Maxes, like
right.
That shows you where the priorities are, right?
I was gonna say,
they know what people are buying.
That's it. They got the priorities.
Y'all wild out here. And they have Cyberpunk. They have it here. They've had it in the clearance section since I got here, but they have it on clearance because it's supposed to be a $60 game, right? They have it on clearance for $30 here. They have a surplus. Like they have so many copies. So I thought that it would be $10 here at one point. Never hit $10.
Dang.
Never dropped. So I was like,
yeah. That's me nowadays. I don't know. It's not a lot of games that I want to spend $60+ on. I feel like I don't know. I get bored with games so much too. I'm on to the next one. This is like a big,
Yeah.
blockbuster, like you said, Ratchet and Clank or something, maybe God of War or something like that. If I want to get it like day of, but even then, I'm kind of like, I'll wait for it to drop down like $40 because it won't take long before they drop in price too.
Yeah, very true. And then you got Black Friday coming up.
Yeah,
the holidays are coming up. So yeah, all that stuff be super cheap. And I don't mind being behind. Like all those games I mentioned, like Neo and all that stuff, games I just never got around to. So or Handsome Jack collection, and all those I got those for free. You know what I mean? So I have a big enough backlog where I can always find a free game that's a good game to play.
It's true.
So
there's so much out there, really.
Yeah. But I think that brings us to the natural conclusion of the episode. So I don't know if next week I will have watched as much stuff, but I'm definitely gonna watch the Star-Lord. Like, what if T'Challa became Star-Lord? I'm watching that today. That's a must. And I don't know if Rick and Morty will have we still won't have the season finale is next month, like early next month.
Right. Yeah.
So they're on a break.
Yeah.
They're on a break for a while. So we won't have that one in there either. But I'm sure we'll find something that we can all watch to talk about next week. Something will pop up.
I meant to ask you real quick too. Did you watch the I think you mentioned you might have downloaded it, but the Red Blood Sky or something like that. I think that's
I watched it on a plane.
You watched it on the plane the same way I watched it.
That was the thing. There it is. Thank you. The movie is hilarious, terrible, but hilarious. And what I told somebody, because somebody else had watched it too. I was talking to one of my coworkers. He was like, "Yeah, I saw it too." I was like, "You watched it on the plane?" He was like, "No." I was like, "What'd you think?" He was like, "I thought it was good." I was like, "It's better on a plane."
You be looking around on the plane like, "Damn, is something happening?"
It's better on the plane. The movie is ridiculous, as you could think, like vampires and terrorists on a plane.
Right.
It was like, and go. No script, no nothing, and go. Let's see what happens. But I appreciate you telling me to watch it though.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because I had I thought it, I think I had a little different sense, a different thought in the movie. I feel like it didn't seem as silly to me as I expected it to be on the plane. Right. I mean, I think they did a good job. It's like using the cargo load and stuff like that, and different parts, and like they were locked inside the
cockpit,
the cockpit. Yeah. But I thought they did a pretty good job, and then it shows some of the backstory of like her getting her like abilities or whatever, and then and then the kid at the end, like, I don't want to go into the ending and all that, but I thought it was pretty good. I don't know, I enjoyed it. I thought they actually put a good. It seemed like it had a decent like budget. It didn't seem like
they did. It
didn't seem like a they just threw it together overnight. They actually had some like production value in there, but it's kind of silly, just having it's kind of snakes on the plane type thing, but vampires on the plane. But it turned into like some, I don't know, it got pretty crazy when things started spreading and people getting crazy and like trying to run for their lives and then like get on the back of the plane, get out of here, get the hell out of here, whatever. Then you got terrorists, like, I don't know, he's got like two battles going on with terrorists, and then you got vampires coming at you. So it's like, what do you do? And you're stuck in an airplane in 30,000 feet in the sky.
It was. I would say if any of that interests you, give it a shot. But it's better. I'm telling you,
it's better when you're on the plane. Right. That's how I watched it.
Better when you're on the plane. So it's on Netflix. I just downloaded it before I took off. So because I don't think it was in their library. So I don't think I was scrolling through. I don't think I would have found it, but definitely worth checking out if you're on a plane. I'm gonna find some more plane movies because only certain movies are good on the plane, and that's one of them. Yeah. But thank you, because that was bothering me. I was like, what else did I watch? There it is. That's what else I watched. But thank you, Shannon. Thank you, LeVon. It's been a great week's worth of episodes. You guys watched it throughout a week. We did it all in one day.
Right.
And enjoy the episodes that are before this week, or maybe a fifth. We're back to the regular schedule. If you have any questions or any comments or anything, or if you're a person out there who is a person of color, or a person who wants to hire people of color, or an ally in that respect, you want to be on the show, please reach out to me. I'm always down to do an interview if we can sync up our times. Like obviously, me being in this part of the world makes it kind of difficult to always find a good median in the schedule, but we'll work it out. But yeah, definitely check out the previous episodes, like, share, subscribe with your friends. Hit us up on the social medias. That's www.theothersideofthefirewall.com, where you can get to all of our social media. You can hit me up personally. I'm at Rai Security Guy. I'm on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. And you, LeVon?
Hit me up on the Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. So remember to stay safe, stay secure.
Take care.